When you were in your leads group, did y'all ever do any statistics about what percentage of somebody's sales came from leads in the group?
It was hard. We didn't track it.
Well, what would you guess?
Well, let me put it this way. I had a lead that was resulted in 2 of the largest mortgage commission checks ever came out of my chamber. I refinanced a guy's $1 million home twice. So it was good money. Yeah, but it was a Chamber of Commerce lead. So we didn't, but you know, it's significant. I mean, for a leads group to go on for 10 years, there's a lot of them out there like Business Networking International, BNI, about 400 a year, and they're like more individual. There's a variety of groups. I mean, I stayed in it because my lead, you know, my leads were generated as a result. I mean, I had business as a result. And
if people weren't getting value, they'd
yeah, they don't stay. And these are people I can call on today. I mean, they're still, many of them going on to run their own businesses. So that's another, you know, you never know. I mean, there's a staffing company, a guy went out into his own direct mail company. People started different businesses that were in my group. And guess what? They're now in companies that hire people. So
I was going to say, you know, you don't have to necessarily join one that's existing. You can start.
You can go visit. Go visit them all.
Visit.
Hey, I'm job hunting. Can I come in? Pass out my resume.
But what I was going to say is you could also start one. And I know within this group organization here, we've had, we didn't call them leads groups, but that's what they were, splinter organizations. They would meet every, picking this up, but every Tuesday at McDonald's at the Arboretum. But just to kind of expand your circle is...
Exactly. And my good friend, his name's Scott Foy, he worked at Drake Beam and Warren.
Oh, he was just here.
Was he?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I told about the groups.
Okay.
Scott was VP for outplacement with Drake Beam and Warren. So he was in the field. I mean, he was hired to go to large companies and fire presidents and stuff like that. So it's like, we got it rough as the rank and file. Imagine that visit. He was my career coach, and I was in telecommunications. I was selling pagers and cell phones. What a concept, pagers, right? He was helping me to get, I was in there 4 years, I was really burnt out, blah, blah, blah. And he really helped me, and he was a customer. And then we, you know, networked. And that's what I was saying, you could start a group, or you could just find one other person. And my information's in there, so anybody wants to sit down with me and pick my brain and go through my database, I'm more than happy to meet with you. And I do that. I get resumes. I got a resume yesterday from a customer who's changing jobs, and I send it out to my network. So there's a lot of different ways that aren't as traditional as you think. But anyway, talking about Scott, I got him into the mortgage business. I brought him into IMS, and then he decided to change. In different companies over the years. And then we got back together a couple months ago and said, hey, let's meet, you know, let's share information. And it was great. I mean, I probably never would have thought of Starkey had he not said, hey, go talk to these guys. He's, you know, in the business. He was seeing their name a lot. Said they seem to be doing a lot of business. So, and then, you know, away we go. So the networking is really key. And the leads groups, like I said, you can just go visit. I mean, most people come in to check it out anyway. They don't, but you know, people tell me, hey, I'm looking for a job. And well, come on in. I got you know, 25 industries you can you know, network with in my
Where do you find these leads groups at? Where
Business Journal.
Business Journal.
Yeah, pick up the Business Journal. It's under the stuff in the back. It's near the back.
And that's a listed leads group?
Yep. They're listed under, and I apologize, I meant to pick up a current, but yeah, they're near the back, and it's it lists all the activities for the week. So every group, like there's
Look through that list. I just, maybe because I wasn't looking for it, but I don't ever remember seeing a leads group in that list.
yeah, they're BNI. They'll say BNI. They'll networking group.
Business to business.
Business to business.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Toastmasters. You know, there's not a lot of people get into it. So all the professional meetings throughout the month, the week, are listed Monday through Friday. So there's for like fundraisers. I was in fundraising. In fact, another reason I chose Starkey, they have a foundation and they have money to contribute back. So I have an opportunity now with this company to go back to the people I used to work with as a fundraiser, and if they allow me to market this program through their database, anybody who gets a home through me, we donate $250 back to the agency. So that's kind of a cool thing to want to.
By the way, the first meeting in January, January the 5th, our speaker is going to be a fellow named Oliver Chandhook, who's been here before, and he's with the Business Journal. And he, you know, or if you don't want to wait that long, just pick up the phone and call him, and he'd be very glad to help you out. Oliver Chandhook of the Business Journal.
Yeah, but all those groups are listed, and find one that meets your needs and maybe has a bunch of folks and is active, and you may enjoy it and want to stay with it. You never know. I mean, each leads group has its own personality. Mine, I think, was successful just because of my personality and the people I chose and their personalities. And I mean, some of them you can get in there and, you know, people come and go, they're not that interesting. But, you know, but as a like I say, just a way to go where the jobs are. Take your resume, you know, talk to them. Rotary, Jeff's in Rotary, I'm in Rotary, Kiwanis, they all meet weekly. And they allow people to come visit. They're online, go to Rotary in Charlotte, Kiwanis in Charlotte. And you can go find out what those groups do. Chamber of Commerce, I was 6 years in the Chamber of Commerce. Got involved in leadership position and met a lot of folks. And like I said, I walked into a job interview and the guy knew me from the Chamber. So that's the kind of networking you want to do, you know, over time. And then I'm sure all of you heard the phrase, you got to give to get. Go volunteer. You got some time, right? Find an agency or organization that you're interested in. And if you've got a little time, got a little chance to give something back. I'm involved with scouting. In addition, I'm involved with scouting and involved with my homeowners association. You know, you never know where you're going to meet folks that are in a business or a field that you have an interest in, and it's much easier to be chatting about your career interests around a campfire. As I've done, I've networked as I was considering a change. You know, I networked with my den leaders and the other scoutmasters, and they were open to what I had to say and very helpful and could recommend. But it's taken off that, oh, I'm looking for a job, help me, you know. I'm looking for a job, I can't get a job. You know, it just, you know, come from a position that you know, you have skills, you have value, and you have something to offer.
There was an article in the paper Sunday about job hunters volunteering. I don't know if you all caught that or not, but in fact they profiled two of our people, you know, people that have come here. And you can go back to the Charlotte Observer and put in volunteering or something like that.
Cody Nottaway, volunteer. You know, guess who sits on those boards? Guess who sits on those committees? People with JOBs. They're out there, and they guess what? They get to see you in action. And isn't that what it's all about? I mean, in most cases. I mean, my son was just interviewing, or he was asked to interview for a position. He's a mechanic for an airline, third-party maintenance. Asked to interview. All right, his skills met the criteria perfectly, but due to some politics, there was another manager involved who wanted to hire his buddy from United. So one of those situations, and the feedback they gave him was, well, you didn't interview that well. And he was just like, but you asked me to interview because I'm already doing the job. You know? So go figure. But what I tell people is never give up, never surrender. Okay?